Swords in. So what we're doing is we are trying to do a rough sort of all of the stuff that has been coming in for the last year. So for example, you'll get like a little, for example, this box is full of pouches, and you can see in there it's all transistors. Since we're not at the point where we can basically organize everything to where it's all on a component basis, we're just generically, for example, putting all the transistors in this box, all the capacitors go in this box, and when we get our club in a more setup situation, we can actually then resort this to make it more specific. But right now, we're just emptying boxes just full of piles of random parts, and we're trying to make it less random and more specific. So that's basically what we're doing here, and it's pleasing to see what you find that you didn't know you had, like whatever this is, plastic discs. How useful!
Make a hole a bit smaller.
Well, for example, like these guys. I mean, if you were to go out and buy that, that's a looks like an old German cap.
Yeah.
Or probably like $1, and we've got like 20 of them. So like the stuff adds up. It's valuable material. There's unused bathtub capacitors, and on and on and on. You know, if someone wanted to restore a German radio that had this vintage cap in there,
Okay, this is to be the ham shack, and we are at this point trying to get it organized with regard to cleaning up the walls and plugging the holes in the walls and painting it, and working on the window over here, which is installed but the trim is not finished yet. And then eventually, when we get a design for the ham shack regarding the equipment layout and such, we will start putting in some benches and such for the equipment and power, and rearrange the lighting as need be. And things have to be, however, set up so we can always get to the sump, which is one of our water sumps in the building to deal with groundwater, which has a pumping system in it.
Yeah. What are you going to do about the floors?
Not sure about the floor. It's likely to remain carpeted as it is now.
Okay, one of the advantages of being a member of CHRS, you may know something about radios in general, but I collect old tube radios, but a lot of the members, they have ham licenses and stuff like that. I know nothing about these things, and I'd like to go learn something more about them. And Denny advised me on some spare equipment that we had for sale, and now I'm getting interested in ham radios. I'm starting from ground zero, but thanks to the expertise of people here, I got a big heads up, so that's one of the advantages of being a member of CHRS.
So this is it right here, huh?
This is not going to be really
This is just like home.
Okay. Well, we've replaced the windows, and with some new windows. The old ones had some cracks and problems with them, didn't open and close too well. So we have the new ones installed, and several of the crew here did a great job on the installation of them and the trimming out of the interior portions. And bookcases are installed as well, along with a little earthquake bracing on the top, and are largely at this point populated with books.
Well, we made some chili because it's a nice cold day, good day for chili. So actually I'm warming it up in the microwave right now, but and then I made some vegetarian chili in case there's anybody who would prefer not to eat beef. And then I got some cornbread, and then fixins for the chili.
Oh.
So we should be good.
Solve the problem thinking that way more than over and over again.
And a salad.
By the way,
I'm old enough now.
When you stagger through the IF, then of course your sensitivity goes down to that stage of IF amplification.
that was an amazing interview.
So I As well as Mike's presentation about the boys, you look fine, but we'll give you a blood test, right? Put you on the treadmill. I saw a slight anomaly in my heart rate. I was pushing hard. Yeah, put a catheter on me.
So you powered it up before? Or?
No.
So you don't know about it?
In fact, I had collected parts for a good regulated power supply for power and things like this. Yeah, I never finished that project.
It's very clean looking.
Stay down.
So what kind of article? He didn't do restoration?
Well, there were restoration articles in the
Oh, I would do.
Steve is the curator of the Becky collection.
Oh, Steve himself.
Yeah, Steve himself. He's the curator of the. So this is a hot chassis also, is it? Are they hot chassis or transformers?
No, it's not. No transformer.
So all American.
It's an AC/DC. Right?
Yeah. They're quite. How much do you want?
Well, there's a problem I just found when I unloaded it. There's a crack that appeared here.
Yeah.
That's repairable.
Yeah. So the question still is.
I have about 100 in me. So if you want to.
Yeah. So. You mean what you paid for what you've done?
I guess you can go to the and walk around for 2 hours waiting for shit to show up. But everything's the refrigerator. I got it. This is not a scrap.
I like the Navigator.
I don't even get that.
I've had a soft spot for those things.
Yeah.
But you will see stuff.
Well, also just the leather covered one. Not this one.
Sell that
over that one.
Yeah, that's in that too.
What are these?
That's a good question. They're yours. Forget the price. Yeah, they're good. They're brand new IF cans of some sort. Don't know the frequency.
They got the MFT.
Right.
Oh God, that stuff is hideous. I brought some of that in and left it in my living room. I came home the other day.
Fire shaft. Trash spaces.
Probably a TV input.
What it says, what it literally says is an inexpensive record player.
Yeah, most of them have
Excellent
record player.
sound out of this radio.
Yeah.
I like how they make it. They said that even an inexpensive one will work.
Some from this era also some have a sticker on them that says equipped for television sound.
Yes.
Something's happening.
You should keep this.
All right. Okay.
Hi, Mike. This is the audio transfer facility. We're in the process of putting it back together again. What we got here is all built around this beautiful Gates Dualec console down here. It's a 2-channel, not a stereo, but a 2-channel audio board. Came out of a facility down in Texas, a studio recording facility in Texas. And what we do with it is we can take any number of signal sources, like this beautiful RCA turntable that we are using on the ETs, the electrical transcriptions, or other 78 and 4533 records over here, tapes right over here, cassettes, wire recording. We run these through the console. we select the input right down here on this jack panel. There are more signal sources than there are inputs on this board. So this jack panel is now wired that with plugs we can select the input, feed it into the board, run it through the board, monitor the volume and such, and then feed that out into a computer where we're going to digitize the audio, and then we can transfer it onto a thumb drive, onto a CD or something like that. So it's now operational. Let's see if it's operational. This is an electrical transcription right here.
Oh, Doc, I got trouble, that's what he said. Girls keep laughing about the hole in my head. The witch doctor smiled and I heard him say, yeah, man, you're ugly, but you're so...
And here are the volume controls.
There in the moonlight, it seems so strange as they home on the rain. They were coming on strong like a
So we set the volume, and then we put the output into the computer, which is not sitting here yet, and use the computer to digitize it. Here's the Gates board. We rebuilt it a few years ago. It's a beautiful piece of equipment. We can open it up. Everything is accessible. Here comes the front down, and there are all the electronics. All this wiring is new. All this wiring goes over to that jack panel over on the other side, where we select the input.
This is the space that will eventually be bathrooms, and most of this will be the repair shop. There's a lot of work to do here. Lots of rewiring, repiping, new windows, earthquake shear walls. All of this is being done.
As the voice of CHRS, we're having another successful event right here at Radio Central. It's our first swap meet of the year, and we've got interested people checking out what's going on inside, and lots of people outside having fun, buying old radio stuff and swapping stories. Come to our swap meet sometimes. It's a lot of fun.